Just excited to have the opportunity to play. It was a great game last Friday. Just really proud of our kids. I told them after the game, they're resilient. They're winners. They found a way to get it done, and in the playoffs, that's what it's all about. We were in here last week and told them that we just want one more point than another team. I guess they're starting to listen a little bit more. They took me a little too literal. That they only needed 1 point. So told them this week that's still our goal, but if they want to win by more than that, that'll be just fine by me. But just thankful to have more time with them. That's the goal of this time of year. Yeah, we want to win. You want to have an opportunity to go win a championship, but every week that we can win just means we get another week to spend with each other, to make memories and to be together. Juice is here with me today. Very deserving to be here today. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way from the previous week. Depends on what kid is here, but Juice had his best ball game of the year. Made a game-saving, a season-saving play. He was great on special teams for us. Caught a big touchdown. Just super proud of his growth on the field, but also who he's become off the field. Just a phenomenal young man who's continuing to grow up, continuing to mature, and has become a true leader for us. So just super proud of him and the growth that he's had as a player and a person. I couldn't be more proud of him.
Tell us a little bit about how you're preparing for this week.
I mean, we already know what they're going to come at us. They're going to come playing dirty. It's playoffs. We went through it last game. So, I mean, we just got to prepare and be ready to take that emotional out of us and just be ready to play ball and just meet our standard. Because if we meet our standard, we're the best team in South Carolina, and it's been proven. So long as we do our standard and do what we got to do, win, and just go home, we'll be ready for the next week.
I know we've had a little illness happening this week too.
Yeah.
How are you guys recovering from that?
Yeah, it's that time of year. I had a kind of a bug go through the team this week, so it's nice that we're on the backside of it. I know I don't sound like it, but feel good. And I think they're ready to play. It's nice that it happened early in the week instead of towards game time. But they've done a good job of taking care of their bodies, and it's forced us to be really detail-oriented. Sometimes we slow down early in the week, which I think is going to help us. We got one more day of prep today, which I think will help. But we've had a phenomenal 3 days. It's been a challenge, not just with sickness, but Monday was really, really cold. Challenged them to be out there, and that's when we're going to have to play big ball games is in the cold, but it's hard to practice in that. It's hard to get them going. And they responded yesterday when the weather warmed up. Had a really great day of prep. We got a lot in yesterday and then finished today, and we'll be ready to go on Friday.
How do you plan to sort of attack their offense this week? I know they're a tough team.
Yeah, defense has got a tough challenge. This is 4 times that we played them. That's really rare, especially for a team that's only been in existence for 2 years. This will be the 4th time that we played them, so we're really familiar with them, which means they're familiar with us. I told our kids at the beginning of the week it's going to be who can make the adjustments better and more efficient. They're going to be able to take some things away from us that we like to do, and we're going to try to do the same thing to them. So who's going to be able to adjust to those game plan, decisions to attack their offense? You've got to be careful. They've got a really great wide receiver that you've got to take care of, and then you got to know where he is at all times. And their quarterback is tough. They love to run him. He makes good decisions. He's a coach's son, head coach's son. Been around football. You can tell that he has a high football IQ, and we got to get him on the ground. And they put your defense in a lot of conflict with emotion and some eye candy stuff. So it'll take our best effort to get it done on the defensive side of the ball, and got to win in the trenches. Juice referred to it earlier. It's going to be a physical ball game. Our kids, they refer to it as dirty sometimes. I just think it's playing football. They're going to play tough. We've got to make sure that we keep our mindset where we need it to be and that we respond to that toughness.
Since you said you're going to play dirty, if they're going to play dirty, how are you going to respond?
Well, that's the key message of the week. Our team is resilient. They're tough. Our team is built on challenges and overcoming challenges. The fact that we are where we're at in year 2 and the success that we've had is a testament to everything that we go through. I'm so proud of them for taking that mantra. We do more with less, and we don't find excuses of why we can't get things done. They get coached really, really hard. I think Juice would agree to that. We hold them to a high standard. They're disciplined really hard. They have to practice hard. And every single time they've responded to those challenges. And Friday night, that's part of football. Other teams are always going to try to take your mind off what your responsibilities are. But football is a fun game. You know, it's the one sport where you can get away with a lot in between the whistles, right? I mean, you can fight, you can push each other, you can go and knock somebody out. In between the whistles, there's a lot of things that would get you in trouble in the real world that you get to do legally in between the whistle. And so we've got to be tough. And then if there's anything that happens outside of that, I put on our team meeting IDC and exclamation points and big letters. I don't care. I don't want to hear them. Don't come to the sideline and tell me that they did something to you. If the ref didn't see it, it doesn't exist. You know, I hope that they control the game, but we control our responses. You know, it's kind of a life mantra for them. There should never be something that another man does to you that dictates your behavior that you know you're not supposed to do, and that doesn't matter. We're sticklers. I hate 15-yard penalties. It's always the second guy. They may throw a punch after the thing. They may push you after the whistle. You respond, you're going to be the one that gets caught. Don't ever allow somebody else to dictate you doing something wrong, especially when you know it's wrong.
So for this week, you specifically, like, what are you focused on as far as your game?
I mean, I'm really playing offense this week, so I mean, just focusing on how can I get my other teammates to score. Even though, like, I really don't care if I score. As long as we win, I'm with it. So it's just really, I know I help with the blocking game a lot. So I mean, I'm going to just help as much as I possibly can, get my other teammates in the end zone. If I get in the end zone, I get in the end zone. It's the next play. So as long as we just do our job, I say, yeah, I'm going to do as much as I can, and I'm going to give it everything I got.
Can you talk a little bit about your leadership role this year as well?
I mean, it's frustrating. I'm going to be honest. It's frustrating just because, like, I don't want to be that bad guy, but it's just like, it's my senior year and I don't want to lose. And I know we can win state. So it's just, I don't want to be that guy, but I do want to make sure our team wins. So it's just like, sometimes I don't do it in their face or do it out in public. I go to them like, hey, let's go, calm down, we good. And next play, we just do great. So as long as they listen and don't get mad, because I'm going to yell at them even in the game, we're going to be good.
Yeah.
What has been the main priority this week?
Priority is, we say this a lot. Good teams can be coached. Great teams coach themselves. I'm going to build upon Juice's answer as leadership. You know, I've seen this week with a lot of adversity, some kids are starting to step up to the plate, and that's a sign of a really good team. And I think some of them, in Juice in his leadership role, he learns that leadership oftentimes is lonely. That's one of my favorite quotes from Kirby Smart. He's at Georgia as their head coach, and he said leadership is lonely. I feel that a lot because you are the bad guy. You know, as a leader, a lot of times you're pointing out to people their weaknesses, things that they need to improve upon. And we're in a society now where most times people don't want to do tough things, right? There's always some type of easier option to go through. There's an excuse to make, you know, so when you push people to be great and you push people to be elite, it's tough sometimes. I mean, you don't want to hear criticism. I just had a talk with a player 10 minutes before I walked in here and corrected behavior and classroom stuff, where that's a hard thing for me to do. You know, I would love for them to go home every day and man, I love Coach Ramsey. He's my best friend. He's always relaxed. He's chilled out. But my job is typically to tell you what you're not doing well. We want to point out and praise things that you're doing well, but most of my job is trying to get them to understand what it is. So the challenge this week has been what it is throughout the season, and that's to make sure that we play to our capability. I ask them after practice every day, who's the one team that can beat us? And what's the answer, Juice? Us. If we play to our standard, nobody can beat us. So we've got to make sure that we uphold that standard. That's with our behavior, that's with our mindset, that's with our energy, that's with our passion, that's attention to detail. Each and every little thing that goes into winning a football game, we've had to make a priority this week. And, you know, why were we in a close ball game in the first round of the playoffs last week? Those attention to details. You've got to be able to execute.
Juice, how do you get ready for a game?
I mean, I I really just go with the flow with everything. I mean, I change my thing, like change my tradition a lot. So I just really go with the flow and see how it really is and see what the atmosphere is. So like Crescent, man, I just got to bring everything I got, like focus, wake up in the morning, I'm locked in focus. So it's just really, on big time games, I'm really more focused because I know what they're gonna do. And like emotion wise, I'm emotional. I get mad quick. So I just really try to focus on my emotion and really soak it in and like look at myself and say, man, I gotta suck it up and we gotta keep playing. So just really this week gonna be more focused and trying to get my emotions right.
Feeling the Thanksgiving spirit, what are some things that you're thankful for as a player and as a coach?
Want to go ahead?
I say what I'm thankful for is, man, I know I done a lot of bad things, and Coach Ramsey done helped me a lot, especially the emotional wise and being a man. So I'm more thankful for Ramsey, Coco, Coach Biggs, and a shout out for Coach Biggs. Like, he showed me a lot of being able to not give up. He say it every day when he got one leg, but it was his excuse. So, I mean, he showed me a lot of being a man and showing how to take a lot of responsibility and just really my family. I couldn't do it without my dad. My dad is the most important man in my life, so couldn't do it without my dad.
Yeah, I'm thankful to be in this position, to be their coach. We were close to not having this week together last week. You know, I think the close game has, you know, made you realize that in any given week it could be over. You know, and the time that we spend with these kids is limited. It's going to be numbered. I hope it's another, you know, 3 weeks after this, but we've got to be prepared. So thankful for them. You know, this is a tough job. It's a tiring job. It asks a lot of you, but it's a rewarding job. And I think it's one of the most rewarding feelings that you can have. Just to see them grow. I look at Juice and, man, you're so proud of the growth of your players as a football player, but you get to see them grow up. And you know that their life right now, football seems like a really big deal to them. And I want it to be. But, man, they're going to be my age, and there's going to be so many things in their life that are more important. Their family, their kids, their marriage, who they are as an employer, an employee. You know, so I'm just thankful to be their coach. I'm thankful for the time that we have here. I tell people all the time, being in education, not just coaching, is the biggest blessing that you can receive, and you've got to look at it that way. It's tough. It's easy to, I give them a hard time to get into the, I don't like the woe is me attitude or poor pitiful me, you know, the world's out to get me. And as a coach and as a teacher in this profession, sometimes you find yourself getting into that. You know, it's tough. You got to deal with parents, you deal with other things, and you know, then you look back of why God has called you to do what you do, and that's to be a part of their life. And you know that you're making a meaningful impact. And if you have that attitude, and I think our staff does, is that we show up every day viewing today as a gift. So yeah, Thanksgiving coming around the corner. Hopefully we're practicing on Thanksgiving again this year. But truly thankful to be their coach and be in this position with them.
Well, congratulations and good luck on Friday.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Looking forward to seeing everybody in Star Iowa.